General Zixathera's mandibles clicked in what passed for laughter among the Veltar species. The massive insectoid commander towered over the human delegation, his chitinous exoskeleton gleaming under the harsh lights of the treaty chamber aboard the neutral station. "Your species amuses me. Humans," Zixathera buzzed through his translator. "You cling to such primitive rituals. Honor duels? Trial by combat? These are the fantasies of children playing with sticks." Ambassador Sarah Chen maintained her diplomatic composure, though her jaw tightened slightly. "Our traditions serve purposes beyond mere entertainment, General. They forge character and resolve disputes when words fail." The Veltar general's compound eyes glittered with disdain. "Your character means nothing in the face of superior technology and tactics. The Veltar hegemony has conquered 73 star systems. We did not achieve this through playground games." Colonel Marcus Reed, standing beside the ambassador, spoke quietly. "Some things can't be measured in star charts, General." "Ha!" Zixathera's thorax vibrated with mirth. "Your military decorations tell me you believe otherwise, Colonel. Yet here you stand defending primitive nonsense. Perhaps humans are not ready for true galactic civilization." The insult hung in the recycled air like a plasma charge waiting to detonate. The peace negotiations had been tense enough without the general's constant mockery of human culture. 3 months of talks, and the Veltar seemed more interested in demonstrating their superiority than establishing genuine diplomatic relations. Ambassador Chen leaned forward. "General, perhaps we could focus on the territorial dispute regarding the Kepler 442 system." "Territorial dispute?" Zixathera's laugh was harsher now. "There is no dispute. The system belongs to the strong. Your pathetic mining colonies will evacuate within 1 standard cycle, or they will be removed." Colonel Reed's hand instinctively moved toward his sidearm before stopping. The gesture wasn't lost on the alien general. "Yes, reach for your primitive kinetic weapon, human. Show me this famous honor you speak of." Zixathera's mandibles spread wide, revealing rows of serrated feeding implements. "Your species talks much of courage, yet you hide behind treaties and negotiations when faced with superior force." The tension in the room reached a breaking point. Ambassador Chen felt the weight of 2 civilizations balanced on a knife's edge. Then unexpectedly, Colonel Reed stepped forward. "You mock our traditions, General, yet you seem afraid to test them." The chamber fell silent. Even the soft hum of the life support system seemed to pause. Zixathera's head tilted, antenna twitching. "Afraid? You dare suggest a Veltar knows fear?" "I suggest nothing," Reed replied calmly. "I state fact. You ridicule human customs while refusing to engage with them. If our traditions are so primitive, surely a superior being like yourself could easily demonstrate their worthlessness." The general's exoskeleton plates shifted, betraying his agitation. "What are you proposing, human?" "A ritual duel. Ancient tradition among my people. Single combat to settle disputes when honor is questioned. You've questioned not just my honor, but that of my entire species." Ambassador Chen grabbed Reed's arm. "Colonel, this is highly irregular. It's perfectly legal under both human and Veltar military codes," Reed continued, never breaking eye contact with the general. "Formal challenge for defensive honor. Are you familiar with the concept, General? Or is it too primitive for your understanding?" Zixathera's compound eyes seemed to burn. "I am a warrior of the hegemony. I have personally slain enemies across a dozen worlds. Your challenge is accepted, human." "Excellent." Reed's smile was cold. "I choose weapons and conditions as is traditional for the challenged party's right to respond." "Name them." "Bladed weapons only." "No armor. Combat until one yields or dies." Reed paused, studying the alien general's confident posture. "And the duel will be conducted in 0 gravity." For the first time, Zixathera hesitated. The Veltar had evolved on a heavy gravity world. Their powerful limbs and dense carapaces made them formidable ground fighters. But in 0G, acceptable, the general finally buzzed. Though his antenna drooped slightly, 3 hours later, they floated in the station's cargo bay, hastily converted into an arena. Zixathera gripped a ceremonial Veltar blade, its curved edge designed for slashing attacks that relied on gravity and leverage. Reed held a simple combat knife, its straight blade practical and efficient. The general pushed off from the bulkhead using his powerful legs to hurtle toward the human. But in 0 gravity, his mass worked against him. Reed twisted aside with the fluid grace of someone trained in 3-dimensional combat, letting momentum carry the alien past him. Zixathara's blade whistled through empty air. He tumbled, struggling to control his rotation in the unfamiliar environment. Reed moved like a dancer, using tiny pushes off surfaces to maintain perfect positioning. Impossible, Zixathara hissed, finally stabilizing himself. Your species barely travels between worlds. How do you— We've been fighting in 3 dimensions since before we left our home system, Reed replied, circling his opponent with economical movements. Every human military officer trains in zero-G combat. It's tradition. The next exchange was swift and brutal. Zixathara lunged again, but Reed had anticipated the move. The human caught the general's weapon arm, used the alien's momentum to spin them both, and his blade found the gap between exoskeleton plates at the neck. Zixathara went still, Reed's knife pressed against the vulnerable nerve cluster beneath his chitinous armor. Yield, Reed said quietly. The general's mandibles clicked rapidly, a sign of deep distress among his species. I yield. Reed released him and pushed away gently, sheathing his weapon. Some traditions exist because they work, General. They've been tested by time, refined by necessity, and proven in blood. You dismissed them without understanding their purpose. Zixathara floated silently for a long moment, his compound eyes studying the human with new respect. I may have been hasty in my judgment. Traditions aren't just about the past, Reed continued. They prepare us for challenges we haven't even imagined yet. Every human learns to fight in zero-G because space is our destiny. We honor courage because the universe is dangerous. We value honor because trust matters when you're 1,000,000 miles from home. The general straightened as much as the microgravity allowed. The Kepler 442 system, perhaps a shared mining operation, would be more mutually beneficial. Ambassador Chen, watching from the observation deck, allowed herself a small smile. Sometimes the old ways were indeed the best ways.